Always carry stacks when I'm in the club. I'm on a loud pack. Never been a scrub. These girls are fake. They come up hugging me. Talk behind my back. Still I'm getting money. Always selling racks. Yes, sir. 26 inches sitting like a monster truck. You in for a ride, homie, better buckle up. Kept me in the clouds by the 100 stories up. But I'm the hottest rapper worth about $1 million. I'm in the H2, that's the new Hummer truck to get in the seats. Gonna need to take the elevator up. I'm looking down at the other drivers. As you can say, I'm looking down at the haters, huh? If you don't take the ladder down, you gon' be stuck inside like jumping from the stairs tower, guaranteed suicide. That's what I'm thinking when it's you and mine. I heard a lot of talking when it's gonna be doing time. Stick to the surf and I stay local like a landline. Putting all these boys in the box like a damn man. I tell them when to stop and go like the traffic sign. Drink sound like it's time and landed in the field of land, man. Yeah, I ain't finished. Top back on the whip, it's high up here, running out of breath. I'm in the clouds where it's thin air. You can say you sky high, but me, I'm sky low. Slow to me, I'm usually way out in the atmosphere. I make it rain like the water in my bathtub. It's even wetter cause I made your girlfriend come. Love my car so much I need its own car club admission. That's a lot of rim size 24 and up. We do it big, so this is how we riding. Paint wetter than the coast of the Hawaiian Islands. Cops don't even try to chase because my car flying. Man, that's how I love my swag and I ain't even lying. Cause you already know that I'm the truth. I'm not just rhyming in my raps on me, I got proof. You cannot take me out my zone when I'm in the booth. That's how I'm riding in the Lambo with the missile roof. Strapped on my shoulder pads to my ankle brace. When we ran up in this crib, man, you should have seen his face. We walk around with some pillowcases full of weight. Anybody in the way they may as well just be raped. Keep below the 45 on me. I'm the best rapper. Put your time on me. You reciting poems, I can teach you how to rhyme. Taking very simple fun to this little light of mine. But with me it's pitch black, yeah, lights out. Thunderstorms are latest when you see it, ain't no flights out. I'm Thomas Edison, I brought the kite out. All these other rappers turn in like a strikeout. Always strapped when we on some hood shit. Cause we hood rich. I came up out of the hood quick. This how you know a nigga straight out of the hood, bitch. Always strapped. Always carry stacks. Yeah.